What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're reacting to stupid builders who should have called an architect. So we're back to this again, huh? This one just came out recently. Like a day or two ago, since I'm reacting to it. Anyway, considering all the stuff we have seen so far involving this subject, it's not far-fetched to say that this is going to have some stuff that is just going to make me infuriated. Just some of the craftsmanship that has been shown has been spiritually taxing. Yeah, let's go with that. So anyway, if you enjoyed this reaction video, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. If you have any videos you would like to recommend, put it down in the comments section below, and I'll react to them as soon as possible. And finally, in the notification section, not the notification, the description down below is going to be the link to this video that I'm reacting to. So if you want to see this before I do the reaction to it, do it right now, pause this video, and go ahead and do that. You done? Or if you're still on, well, here we go. Let's start this video. Let's go.
Ever since I was a kid playing with Lego, I've been fascinated by buildings. But I realized pretty quickly that you should leave all the tough real-life stuff to the pros, the architects.
True.
However, not everyone had that same epiphany. Now the world around us is full of everything from crooked churches to burning benches.
Oh my.
So get your safety vests, boots, and hard hats out.
Please tell me that the church thing
look at construction
was
mistakes by stupid builders who had one job.
Please tell me the church thing was a false thing, because honestly, if that's the case, I'm going to be a little more irritated than I should be.
Cheap seats. There's no experience quite like going to a live sports game.
True.
How angry you'd be after forking out $175 for an NCAA football ticket just to find out the view looks like this.
Oh.
No amount of beer and hot dogs can fix that. Section 16, row 41, seat 2 at the Arizona Stadium in Tucson, Arizona has been dubbed the worst seat in college football. And understandably so. About 90% of the field is blocked by a massive concrete wall. And with no visible video board, you've paid all that money to not watch the game. I'd say whoever built this stadium wasn't the biggest Wildcats fan. Boy, I sure would be asking for my money back. Now these...
Imagine if you were a seat behind... Oh, wait, no, that is 41.
Might be the worst seats in college football, but they're not the worst seats I've ever seen. Oh, heck no. That award goes to this nightmare.
Oh, I remember that one.
Built a brick wall in front of the seats, completely blocking the view. I can't tell what stadium or sport this is, but whatever goes on here can be very interesting.
Baseball. I think it's baseball. Because that's the only sport that I could think of that has a field similar to this. Because this stadium reminds me too much of a baseball stadium. I was gonna say Diamondback, but I think that's the wrong term to use for a baseball stadium.
So, baseball? That's the only way I could stomach watching an entire game. Next.
Fair.
Dodgy decking.
What's wrong with the pool?
Outdoors. Ain't it great for the soul? Well, for homebodies like me, it can be hard to remember to touch grass every once in a while. That's why I take pride in having a huge deck. It's the best of both worlds. Just promise me you won't do what this absolute dingus did. This
What
anonymous soul
the
thought it would be a good idea to
fuck?
stick a massive hot tub on some very flimsy decking. Only something tells me they'd forgotten to account for just how heavy a hot tub is. A 6-person tub, which I'd guess this was, can hold up to 475 gallons of water. That's just under 4,000 pounds in water weight alone. Jeepers. That's nearly what I weigh after Thanksgiving. Unsurprisingly, those spindly little legs buckled beneath all that weight. Now I've not.
That is so dumb. You could just hire someone to do that. Heck, you could just ask for help to get the calculations right. Heck, you could add in more support systems. But no, you did this stupid shit. Honestly, they deserved it.
Not seen the after photos, but I'd guess that hot tub looks more like a hot mess after this collapsed. Spiteful settlement.
Oh,
Mom always used to say,
no.
the house is made of bricks and beams. A home is built on love and dreams. Which is cute, but she clearly never saw this house in Pater, Venezuela.
Oh my
Nope, this looks
gosh.
like it was built from
That
what
is
I might call
worse.
coke. While
How is
spending money
that
gives me enough
worse?
anxiety to make sure I never sleep again, there might actually be a very clever reasoning for it. See, some countries tax houses based on the square footage of the home that occupies the land. So to pay less tax, homeowners build houses with smaller ground floors and expand the house the higher they go. Now that might not be the case for this house in Venezuela, but it could explain why we end up with other houses like these. Oh my. I feel like if you moved too close, the whole thing would
Oh.
topple over. Whilst the land tax is a viable explanation, there's a good chance they could also be spite houses. These are buildings constructed on small plots of land built with the sole intention of annoying somebody else. Yep, seriously. Say your enemy has a nice view from their window. You'd buy land and build a property that obstructs that view. Wow.
That's
Talk about
petty
being
as
petty
frick.
and rich. In all honesty, though, I don't know why exactly these houses turned out like they did. Maybe it's spite, maybe it's tax, maybe it's something else. Whatever it is, it makes me a little uneasy.
That's the worst of the three. That is the worst of the three.
Why don't you let me know your thoughts in the comments? Fidenae failure. It blows my mind that the Colosseum is still standing almost 2,000 years after it was built. Wow. Those Romans sure knew a thing or two about knocking up something sturdy. Maybe not all of them. See, Emperor Tiberius wasn't too keen on the gladiatorial games. More so, he wasn't a big fan of hanging out with the yucky common folk. So he cut sponsorship for the games, hoping it'd deter regular Romans from wanting to go. Only it didn't put them off. It only made them want to go more. So in 27 AD, one entrepreneurial Roman named Attilius saw a budding opportunity to build his own amphitheater at Fidenae, 5 miles north of Rome, to host his own gladiatorial games. But massive amphitheaters aren't cheap to build, and Attilius had no money. He cut every possible corner he could whilst constructing his amphitheater. The soil foundations weren't suitable, he didn't dig the supports deep enough, and he built everything out of cheap timber. So when
Oh.
50,000 Roman citizens descended upon Fidenae for the show, the entire structure catastrophically buckled beneath their weight. A shocking 20,000 people who came to watch the show, tragically, never went home. Ouch.
Ooh. Okay, that's. That's why you have to make sure everything's right about when you're building something. Foundation's okay. There's no chance of it collapsing. You have the best materials you can use.
To this day,
This
it's
guy just
still the
didn't look
worst stadium
like it cared.
disaster in recorded history. In response, the Roman Senate banned anyone with a fortune of less than 400,000 sesterces, as much as $600,000 today, from hosting gladiator shows, and demanded all future amphitheaters must be on properly inspected foundations. As for Attilius, he was exiled, never to be heard from again. Phew. Exiled? This frugal fraud caused 20,000 innocent people to lose their lives, and all he got was a little banishing? If you're asking me, he got lucky. You
Hmm.
know who does have a spotless record providing top quality, safe entertainment to the masses? That's right, it's this guy. So hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep up to date with all of my amazing uploads. Great, let's get back to the video. Slanting Spire. Recently, I was vacationing in Europe and I couldn't believe how old some buildings are. I mean, some of their churches have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. This is the Heiliger Virgilius Church in Virgin, Austria.
Okay,
And it was
looks okay on the
consecrated all the way
inside.
back in 1516. Sounds dusty. For a building over 500 years old, it looks remarkably fresh. But there's one tiny detail that really gets my goat. At some point, a clock was added to the church's spire, and I'll be darned, they've not put it on straight. What's with the clock ticking
Oh.
all the way around? Ah! Now, the only logical explanation I can think of is some silly sausage accidentally bought the wrong size clock, and to stop it covering the teeny tiny window, they've had to offset it. Either way, it hurts my soul to look at. But a wonky clock is the least of Europe's holy sins.
I mean,
Sister
it
Fray
messes with my
England,
OCD,
Saint
but
Mary, and
that's
All Saints Church
oh.
has a rather iconic cathedral spire
Oh.
that's
I hate
impossible
it.
to miss.
I hate
The
it.
28-foot spire leans.
Oh no, I hate it. It's tilted, it's twirled, it it's twisted. Oh my. Oh no, I hate
9
it.
feet to one side and is all twisted and contorted. Whoa. Initially, people reckoned the strange shape was due to a shortage of skilled craftsmen in the 1360s when the spire was built. After all, Europe had been absolutely ravaged by the Black Plague just a few years before. The
Alright,
most brutal
fair.
pandemic in human history had claimed the lives of a staggering 75 to 200 million people. However, more
That's
recently,
fair.
researchers believe that the warping of the spire is due to the lead covering on the wooden shingle tiles.
Okay, that
When
makes
the sun
sense.
crosses the sky, the south side heats up much quicker than the north side and becomes more malleable. Over hundreds of years, this contrast in temperature has caused the top to twist and lean. I'm not convinced. I'm putting this down to some satanic lightning bolt smacking the spire. Yep,
Nah.
that's what I'm going with, and no one's going to convince me otherwise. Reach
It
for
could be a
the
mixture of
base.
both. The
Who
first and
remembers the
second.
last time they paid?
You know, the heat of the sun actually bending it, but there was not a lot of craftsmen to actually help make that impossible for it to turn. But it was made around the Black Plague, so makes sense.
Paid for anything in cash. Not me. I just tap away to my heart's content. Even if I wanted that sweet moolah, if I was at this Tehran branch of Bank Milli, Iran's central bank, I probably wouldn't be able to get it anyways.
What do you
Some
mean?
utter moron has installed the cash machine a bajillion feet off the ground. Look at this poor customer struggling to reach his money. On the plus side, the chances of anyone reading his pen over his shoulder are close to zero. But the downside is you have to Spider-Man up the wall to get your hard-earned wages. Why? Well, it's not exactly clear. But Iran's currency, the rial, has been having a really bad time as of late, and as such, trust for the banks is really low. So this branch could have deliberately put the ATM too high to deter people from taking their money away. It's just a theory, but surely no one's stupid enough to mess up a job that badly, right? One
I don't
step
think so.
beyond. Ever since the tiny house revolution a few years ago, everyone's looking for the next groundbreaking space-saving initiative. In fact, some people are so desperate,
Okay.
I'd say they've gone literally insane.
Yeah, the mini
Here's the
houses.
design. It looks perfectly normal. It's got a nice breakfast bar, an island, a
Hmm.
staircase. Wait, what? Do my eyes deceive me? Nope, not one bit. They've integrated a staircase into the kitchen counter. That's, gross. Imagine trying to eat your small piece with someone's grubby little piggies right next to the bowl. Blech. Don't make me barf. I respect the attempt at ingenuity, but this ain't it. I don't want to be eating toenail-os for breakfast, thank you very much. Credit where it's due, at least it seems to work as a set of stairs. The same can't be said for this.
Okay, the thing with the kitchen is actually that actually could work as long as you like make like a barrier that prevents stuff like anything that's on the shoe, feet, and whatnot from getting towards anyone's food. And this is gosh darn
Whoa.
awful.
Now that's a deadly tumble waiting to happen.
Why
It
would
looks
they
like
build
every
it
time you
like
pass
that?
above a railway station that someone hasn't measured properly, leaving this giant gap between the two sections. I sure hope they found a way to fix this boo-boo or they're gonna have a lot of angry commuters on their hands. Wonky workmanship. If you're paying a contractor hundreds if not thousands of dollars to do work on your home, the least you'd expect is for them to measure things properly, right? Well, some bums can't
Yeah?
even be bothered doing that. One homeowner spotted an off-center joint between their ground floor and upper floor. The buildings appeared to be structurally sound, however, I'd never be able to fully relax in that house again. Still, that's not the worst design fault. When another homeowner
That's not too bad. At least it's close to accurate. I'll give them that. While it could cause problems in the far distant future, nothing of the current moment.
their new kitchen sink fitted, they arrived home to find this gargantuan guff awaiting them. Ew. Why is every angle in this wrong? Well, there's a chance that this countertop was pre-cut for another job and the homeowner managed to cop it for a tiny price. Worth it or not, I don't know. Another possible explanation is that the whole countertop has been fitted upside down. It looks to me like if we flipped it, it'd look straighter.
Mm,
What I think, though, is this sink was perfectly designed for someone with one arm considerably bigger than the other. Makes me feel warm inside knowing old Leonardo Longarm can finally do the dishes in peace. Hot seat.
eh,
As soon as the sun comes out, I'm hitting up the beach. Speedos
fair.
on, coconut in one hand, Factor 5000 sun cream in the other. It's summer, baby. However, if you're kicking around the coast near Sydney Airport, Australia, be careful where you park your patootie. Some so-called genius decided to install metal benches for people to sit on. Now, I know what you're thinking. They're a little dirty, but they don't look that bad. Yeah, my problem is nothing to do with how they look. Temperatures in Sydney can often go above 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The metal would get so hot you could grill meat on it. So just think
Fair.
about what would happen to your poor little hiney. Youchie. I can hear the sizzle from just looking at this. Maybe if you're super tired, then by all means, take a pew. Just be aware you might leave a little bit of your behind. Bath time, bedtime.
What?
Anyone who's moved homes recently knows what a ball ache it can be. Everywhere's so
Yeah.
expensive now. My dollars don't go as far
True.
as they used to. Luckily,
Very
I saw
true.
an advert for a cozy little one-bedroom flat with ample storage and my own private bathroom. Unluckily, when I turned
Okay.
up, I got confronted with this. Yuck.
Oh
The greedy
no.
landlord has built a bunk bed above the bath. Now, where I live, they'd still charge you $400 a week for this dive. I know there are gonna be some people out there who see this and like the convenience, but those fuzzy black dots on your pillowcase aren't a good thing. Your bed sheets would be so damp and moldy all the time. I don't know
That's
any
true.
self-respecting adult who likes sleeping on a soggy mattress. I only do it when I
Nope.
get night terrors. Whoever you are out there, you deserve better than this. I'm scared as to what other space-saving alterations might be going on in this room. Do you wash your hands in the toilet too?
Oh
Gross.
no.
Sinking
No.
feeling.
Oh no,
Do you
this
ever find
design.
yourself washing the dishes when your
I
feet
remember
relax and
that.
you just wish you had a convenient charging port within arm's reach? Nope, neither have I. That would be dangerous. But this next homeowner clearly had and decided convenience was more important than safety when they installed this. Some people really test my patience. Unless you want an electrifying experience doing the dishes, keep your outlets as far away from the sink as possible. I'm really praying this was just a prank and that's not a real power socket. You can buy fake outlets online that stick to any surface, so I'm gonna hedge my bets and say someone stuck one of them on the inside of this sink as a joke. At least that makes me
Hmm.
feel a little better about it.
That is
Otherwise,
still a
they'll be
terrible
utterly
design
shocked at the
flaw.
state of humanity. To the window! I'm convinced Ohio's not a real place. It's a government simulation designed to distract us from the truth. Don't believe me?
What?
Well, then explain this awful building. That single tiny window screams glitch in the Matrix to me. Sadly, my
It,
theory falls apart pretty quickly. This is the Cleveland Athletic Club in Ohio, and pedestrians passing by have wondered for years why one of its walls sports just one lonely window on it. It certainly wasn't built this way. Here it is in 1911, and there's nothing but wall. So at some point, someone's added a sole window into the side. Pretty weird, right? There are thousands of myths, the most bizarre being that a disgruntled former employee supposedly smashed through the wall with a hammer. Personally, I'd guess at some point the internal layout of the building was changed, creating a room without a window. For a skilled worker, cutting a new window wouldn't be too hard. Still, it seems a little strange that such a move around would only result in the one new window, doesn't it? Do you know the real answer? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
that's weird. Why is there only one window?
Firefighting. I like to keep one
Oh,
pretty handy in an
no,
emergency. Sometimes I'm the 3
that's a
C's.
hazard.
That's cool, calm, and collected. Other times I'm a colossal chump crying in the corner. It's the best of both worlds. Well, I think even the most competent in a crisis would struggle with this Chinese fire hydrant. I love health and safety just as much as the next person, but in the event of a raging fire burning down a building, it helps if the handrail isn't getting in the way. Now, my hawk-like eyes can see
Obviously.
that there is a joint on the handrail, so I'd assume that there's a way of pulling it apart. But who's really got the presence of mind to disassemble metal pipes in an emergency? Excuse me, Mr. Fire, if you could just hold it right there whilst I pull apart this hot metal. Yeah, not gonna happen. I'd say better advice would be, in the case of an emergency, run the heck out of there and don't look back. Remember, heroes,
Meh.
cars are a hazard. Save yourself. Cars of the future. The
That
world is
doesn't
filled
look
with
too
good and
bad.
bad drivers. Having only crashed my car a few
Obviously.
times this year, I'd say I'm getting pretty good. But none of my far-fetched
Eh.
offenders are quite as strange as this garage door I saw in
Oh.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It takes a certain kind of person to
Okay.
crash into a stationary object. I should know. I've done it plenty of times.
How would they
But
even
it
get
takes
up
someone
there?
really special to crash into one 3 stories high. And it seems to me like this 3rd-story garage door has indeed somehow sustained damage from the outside. So many questions. Okay, calm down. Flying cars still don't exist. Historically,
wish.
many old buildings had delivery doors on their second floors through which grain or hay could be delivered on a pulley system. That
Oh,
way it
okay,
spared the
yeah.
grueling work of carrying tons of heavy bags up the stairs. If I had to guess,
That's
I'd
fair.
say this building might have been an old bakery, and at some point the new owner decided to stick a garage door in the hole instead. I can't lie, cracking that bad boy open in the summertime and letting a cool breeze in must be heaven. As for how it got that big dent in it, it's Philly, man. Your guess is as good as mine. Poor privacy.
They could at least have a railing or like something. Maybe a balcony? Yeah, a balcony could work. Ooh, that would work. That actually sounds really
The older
nice.
I get, the more I value my privacy. I don't want any old riffraff poking their nose in my business. If you're like me,
Agreed.
you want to keep the outside out, I'd think twice before hiring either of these next contractors. When one homeowner in Utah extended their driveway,
Huh?
they had to get their front gate redone too. However, I don't think what they got is going to keep anyone out. Take a look.
Oh.
Whoa, is this real life or a video game glitch? You could ride a horse through that gap. What a goof. Still, at least it's just one panel, unlike this problematic location.
Oh.
This is some of the worst workmanship I've ever seen. Instead of giving this Massachusetts homeowner a clean, even fence up the hill, the builders have sawtoothed every single panel. It looks to me like these panels aren't even the same size. Yikes. I guess it just goes to show that if you're getting any work done to your property, the cheaper deal isn't always worth it. Sometimes you're better off paying that extra bit of money to get something that isn't going to hurt your eyeballs.
True.
Scareway to heaven. One thing I'm
Why is there no
never afraid of,
railing?
heights. My legs feel like jelly.
Agreed.
Thinking about it.
I'm terrified of
Just like how I
heights.
felt when I saw this terrifying staircase on the outside of a skyscraper. I don't care how
Who would make this? I hope it's Photoshop. It better be Photoshop. I will never trust a company organization again if that's the case.
broken the lift is, there's no way I'm taking those stairs. This is the Congra House in Biel, Switzerland. And luckily for me and my undies, these stairs aren't functional. Oh, thank the Lord.
Thank you.
It's an art installation designed by Swiss-based artist Lang and Baumann. They installed two 6-foot doors and a 17-foot staircase 2/3 of the way up the 164 feet tall building. Hold up, only 164 feet? Why does it look so tall then? Well, the building design features many clever tricks of perspective. See these grid windows just here? They create the appearance of many floors, giving the building the illusion of being really tall. How smart is that? The
That's
external
kinda crazy.
staircase helps to draw the eye upwards by offering a break to the flat concrete surface, which further adds to the illusion. Also, it makes a great talking point. I mean, they fooled me and I'm hella smart. You know what? This has won me over. I'm gonna say this is actually genius. Just don't make me walk on it or there'll be trouble. One door kinda closes. Heartbreak sucks.
Huh?
I've had a few. But one thing people always tell me is when one door closes, another door opens. And it's true. I can't remember what wife I'm on now, but recently I found an exception to the rule. Check this out. Wow. Is it open? Is it closed? Who knows? Jokes aside, this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
How could you get the door wrong?
Somehow, whoever took charge of fitting this door didn't realize it was the wrong size until they'd already attached all 3 hinges. But hey, maybe I'm being quick to judge. Could this be the work of some genius dad who's sick of his kids slamming doors all the time? I just hope it's not the bathroom door. That'd compromise my private pooping. Still, at least a door is an easy fix. Not like, say, a pillar. What? This is outside the Old World Bagel in Delhi in Colorado Springs, and some keen-eyed onlookers notice the support pillar isn't actually supporting anything. It's just floating there. There's a bigger hole there than there is in their bagels. Sheesh. The pillar was probably added at a later date as a decorative feature, but it sure bugged me going there knowing there's a massive gap for everyone to see. Hey, maybe on special holidays they fill the gap with cream cheese and lox. Now that sounds delicious. Really bad idea. Life's gotta be tough for less able-bodied people. I know society has made some progress in recent years, but every so often you see something so stupid it really hits home how much better we've still gotta do. Check out this wheelchair ramp in Cabo, Mexico. Yikes. Accessibility is everything, but your arms would be exhausted after hauling yourself up this steep ramp. As for going down, that poor person would break the sound barrier before colliding full force with an inconsiderately placed potted plant. Now that's what I
can't disagree.
Face plant. Jokes aside, this must violate practically every building code I can think of. Shame on you, Mexico. Do better. If you thought that was bad, wait until you see what this monumental goofus has built.
Oh my gosh.
But the entire thing is surrounded by a massive concrete ridge. Huh? How's anyone meant to get in or out? Beats me. I'd guess many of those responsible are just doing this to look good. Because unless you're looking for someone to park your unicycle, this is absolutely useless. Ugh,
yeah, this is...
How dumb do you have to be to clear this? Phew, we've made it. Without a splinter in sight. Why don't you let me know which of those calamitous constructions was your favorite in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.
Okay. I'm going to say one thing and one thing only. What is wrong with a lot of these people? Seriously, what the frick is up with them? They decided that this would be the best way to do half of the stuff they put together? I mean, look at this. That pillar being gone is literally a hazard in itself. Pillars were meant to hold and help support certain areas of a building and keeping them in place and well balanced. That's not gonna help. That's just gonna make it break sooner. This just makes it feel like someone is just hating on anyone that's handy capable. This actually also is the same thing. This is just lazy work. This actually seems pretty interesting because if it is the bread thing and they have like a clear view, that'd be actually really cool. Actually, the fire hydrant sounds a bit complicated and dumb. I doubt it's a mystery to me, and so many other things are either hazards, very dumb in putting together, and something else. Cause wow, just wow. And don't get me on that stair thing. Why would they even think of putting that together? That's like insanity. And I would hate it for every second that it exists. It is so bad. It is actually triggering something in my head. It is triggering me. So, hope you all enjoy this. I hate the thing with the stairs the most. It's triggering me more than anything else. Though that might be my fear of heights, besides that, it would be the times. It would be the 2 times where someone built something that seems like it's out of spite towards anyone that's handy capable. That's fricked up, man. That's fricked up. So I hope you all enjoy. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this reaction video. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when it comes out. Tell me what you think is the worst architectural thing that was built in this video. I would love to hear your opinion about it, because there is some pretty dumb shit. Be sure to give the original creator to this video I'm reacting to some love and support, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! This is so dumb. So dumb. So many dumb architectural stuff.